Thank you very much, Madam Deputy President. It's my great pleasure to rise and speak on this MPI at a time when our nation is facing so many bushfire emergencies. And I want to make the point, Madam Deputy President, that I regret that we are at odds with each other across the chamber on a contentious proposal by Labor senators when our nation is in the grips of a national emergency. And after the terrible loss of a number of lives, after the loss of several hundred homes and buildings, all in regional and rural communities, and we know only too well that rural and regional Australians cop the brunt of so many national disasters, it is regrettable that today's MPI was not about the people in those communities, as I say, at this time of national emergency. The thousands of people working so hard on the front line in rural and regional New South Wales and Queensland to fight these fires, to protect communities, our volunteer firefighters and our other emergency services personnel. And, Madam Deputy President, I salute them. I do want to correct Senator M. Smith's some of the comments that she made in her contribution, because I do believe that one of the reasons that Labor did not succeed at the last federal election is because the Australian people saw through Labor's mistruths. And I do want to correct Senator M. Smith and make it quite clear to the Australian people that this government has not cut pensions, has not cut family payments, and is delivering record amounts of education and health funding. And when you carry on with making these ridiculous claims, which is not substantiated by any fact, the Australian people lose faith in politicians, and I think that's one of the very major reasons why Australians lost faith in Labor. And in fact, in their own review, Madam Deputy Speaker, just a number of days ago, one of the key issues that Labor identified why it did not succeed at the federal election was because it turned its back on so many rural and regional communities. And I saw that well and good in my former role as the member for Corangamite. I spent a lot of time mopping up from the damage of Labor's failed policies, its failure to invest sufficiently in roads, in rail, in essential communications infrastructure. Imagine when Labor was last in power, it did not provide $1 single for mobile communications. In its carbon tax, which had such a major impact on our farmers, on our dairy farmers in particular, as well as our manufacturers. And where I am located in regional Victoria, proudly based in Geelong and looking after Bendigo, Ballarat, Geelong and the Mallee, as well as parts of Melbourne's west, we see notorious offenders in the likes of Catherine King, Richard Miles, Libby Coker, Lisa Chesters and many Labor members in Melbourne's west who have not stood up.
Yes, there's a point of order.
I would ask that the senator refers to those in the other place by their appropriate titles.
Thank you, Senator Urquhart. I do remind members to refer to the members in the other place by their proper.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy President. And these Labor members, Madam Deputy President, have not stood up on the needs of Victorians. They have not stood up on the fact that we have a disastrous regional rail link. They have not stood up when Daniel Andrews cancelled the East-West link. They have not stood up for their communities when our government offered state Labor $4 billion to build the East-West link, and I see Senator Keneally in the chamber, and when she was Premier of New South Wales, I'm sure not even—
Order. Senator
I would
Keneally.
ask that you remind the Senator Chair that you're not supposed to reflect upon who is in the chamber when you are speaking.
I think that is a bit of a long bow, Senator Keneally. I am not reflecting—
Sorry, order. Yes, I am, and my ruling is that we should not be reflecting on the members.
I'm certainly not reflecting in any negative way on Senator Keneally, other than to say that it is disappointing that the state Labor government, in contrast to perhaps what she might have done when she was the Premier, has refused our offer of $4 billion. We now see, of course, state Labor not doing anything to extract conventional gas, its reckless policies in Victoria, its banning of logging of native forests in Victoria, and of course, who could forget, Madam Deputy President, when Labor members last year in this parliament voted against our $5 billion future drought fund, which says everything that we need to know about Labor members in this